Hello students, let us start with the new concept of the probability. Let's learn probability of an event. Let us think of a simple experiment. A bag contains 4 balls of the same size. 3 of them are white and 4th is a black. And you're supposed to pick one ball at random without seeing it. See, in the bag, how many balls are there? 4 balls are there. They are of same size. Out of them, 3 are white and 4th one is black. Okay, and you are supposed to pick one at random without seeing it. Then obviously possibility of getting white ball is more. Why? There are more white balls. Out of 4 balls, 3 are what? 3 are which? White balls. And 4th one is a black. So obviously there will be more possibility of getting white ball, right? So in a mathematical language, when possibility of an expected event is expressed in number, it is called probability. It is expressed as a fraction or a percentage using the following formula. Let us see the formula. For a random experiment, if sample space is S and A is an event, A is an expected event, then probability of A is P. It is given by the following formula. PA is equal to number of sample points in the event A upon number of sample points in the sample space. That is nothing but NA upon NS. Students, this we have done so many times. See, if you see NA, yes, A is the event which contains all favorable outcome. And what is S? S is a sample space which contains all possible outcomes. Suppose we have taken example of throwing a die, right? Then sample space will contain all possible outcomes. Which possible outcomes? From 1 to 6. Yes, on the upper face, there may be chances of getting 1 dot or 2 dot or 3 dot or 4 dot or 5 dot or 6 dot. These are all possible outcomes, right? And these all possible outcomes we write in terms of sample space, right? Okay. Now suppose if my favorable outcome is I want even numbers on the upper face, right? So suppose if I consider A is the event, okay, then I will write my favorable outcome in terms of the events, that is 2, 4, 6. Here what will come? 1 to 6 up to the 6, right? Understood, student? So here what will be the NS? NS will be 6. Here what will be the NA? It will be 3. So in other words, you will say sample space contain all possible outcomes and event will contain only our favorable outcomes, or we can say expected outcomes, right? And this we are going to write in terms of the formula as PA is equal to NA upon NS, where NA is the number of sample points of event A and these are the number of sample points of the sample space. Understood, students? Okay. Now let us move to the next slide. In the above experiment, getting a white ball is event A, right? As there are 3 white balls, so NA is equal to 3 and number of total balls will be 4, right? So probability of getting white ball, PA is equal to NA upon NS is equal to 3 upon 4. So students, just now we have discussed one example. There are 4 balls. Out of 4 balls, 3 balls are white ball. Okay, and 1 ball is a black ball. So obviously there will be more chances of getting white balls, right? Suppose we want to find out what are the chances or probability or finding out white ball, then what we will write? Yes, our probability of getting a white ball will be NA upon NS. Okay, which are our expected favorable outcome, expected outcomes or favorable outcomes you will write in terms of event A. Okay, understood? So how many white balls are there? 3. So you will write Na, okay, as a 3. What are the total outcomes? Total how many balls are there? 4. So that you will write in terms of Ns, right? So probability of getting white ball is equal to 3 upon 4. Understood? Similarly, if you want black balls, okay, suppose your favorable outcome is a black ball, okay, how many total balls are there? 4. How many black balls are there? 1. So what is the probability of getting black ball? P is equal to NB upon NS. Suppose if you consider B is the event of getting black ball, okay, and how many number of black balls are there? 1. Okay, so NB is equal to 1, right? NS will be 4, that is total number of balls, right? So probability of getting black ball will be NB upon NS, and that will be 1 upon 4. Understood, students? Okay, now let us move to the next slide. Find the probability of following when one coin is tossed. First one given is getting head and second one getting tail. So what we have to find out first? Find the probability of the following when one coin is tossed. So first of all, what we will write? We will write sample space. For what? When one coin is tossed. So when one coin is tossed, sample space contain how many outcomes? 2, right? Either head or tail, right? So let as be the sample space. So sample space will contain in curly bracket head or tail. So how many sample points are there? 2. So obviously you will write NS is equal to 2. Now let us move to the first one. What is our first condition? Getting head. So let us consider, let A be the event favorable outcome, or what is our expected event? Yes, our expected event is getting head, right? Getting head. So let us move to the sample space. Okay, what we will write from the sample space? Only our favorable outcome. What? Head. So you will write A is equal to, in curly bracket, head. Okay, so sample points are 1. So you will write Na is equal to 1, right? Now let us write this formula. Just now we have discussed this formula. P is equal to Na upon Ns, right? Na is equal to 1, Ns is equal to 2. So obviously probability of getting head will be 1 upon 2. Okay, now let us move to the next condition. What is the next condition? Getting tail. If we consider B is the event of getting tail, then our favorable outcome will be tail, right? Means we can say, in other words, our expected event is a tail, right? So again, let us move again to the sample space and write this favorable outcome from the sample space again. What is our favorable outcome? Tail. So write in terms of event, B is equal to tail. Again, sample point is 1. So you will write NB is equal to 1, right? Now let us write formula. What is the formula? PB is equal to NB is equal to NS is equal to 1 upon 2. Okay, now let us move to the next slide. If one die is rolled, then find the probability of each of the following events. First one is number on the upper face is prime, and second one, number on the upper face is even. Now, first of all, what we are going to write? First of all, we'll write what is the sample space. So what is given over here? If one die is rolled. If one die is rolled, then what will be the sample space? Yes, students, sample space will contain all dots from 1 to 6, right? So there are 6 possibilities. So S is equal to 1 to 6. So NS is equal to 6. Okay. Now let us move to the first condition. What is the first condition? Number on the upper face is prime. Now in last lecture also we have discussed what is a prime number. Prime number means a number which has two factors. Which are the two factors? Number 1 and that number itself. For example, if I have taken the example of number 2, number 2 has two factors, number 1 and that number itself means number 2. So in all, prime number has two factors, number 1 and that number itself. So let us see which are the prime numbers in the sample space. What is our favorable outcome? We want prime number on the upper face, right? So let us consider A as an event of getting prime number on the upper face. Okay, now again let us move to the sample space. We want what? Prime number. Now which are the prime numbers? 2, then 3, then 5. Again here one point you note down, 1 is not a prime number, right? 1 is not a prime number. So take this our favorable outcomes in the event A. Okay, how many sample points are there? 3, right? So let us write as NA is equal to 3. NA is equal to 3. Now, what we have to find out? We have to find out probability of getting number on the upper face is prime. Okay, so PA is equal to NA upon NS. What is NA? 3. What is NS? 6. So it will become 1 upon 2, right? Now let us move to the next condition. What is the next condition? Number on the upper face is even. Yes. So what we have considered, let us consider B as an event of getting number on the upper face is even. Okay, now again we have to move to the sample space because we have to choose our favorable outcomes from the sample spaces itself, right? Now what we want? We want even number on the upper face. Now see here, which are the even numbers? Even numbers are 2, 4, 6. Okay, so let us write this as our favorable outcomes in terms of events. So B is equal to 2, 4, 6. So how many sample points are there? 3. So you will write NB is equal to 3. Okay, now we will use the formula of probability. Yes, PB is equal to NB is equal to NS. What is NB? 3. What is NS? 6. So it will be 1 upon 2. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, right? So probability of getting even number on the upper face will be 1 upon 2. Yes, students, I think you must have understood. Let us move to the next slide. A card is drawn from a well-shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. Find the probability of each event. The card drawn is first condition given over here is red card and second one is a face card. Now, first of all, before finding out, before going to the any condition, first of all, let us see what is given over here. What is given over here? A card is drawn from a well-shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. So first of all, we will write sample space. Sample space will contain all possible outcomes. Which are the all possible outcomes? We have taken well-shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. So obviously there will be 52 possible outcomes. Okay, so you will write NS is equal to 52. Now let us move to the first condition. What is the first condition? We want red cards. So let us consider A is the event of drawing. A is the event that we have drawn card is a red card, right? Now you are knowing in total 52 cards, there are 26 red cards and 26 black cards. Okay, and in red cards, there are 13 heart cards and 13 diamond cards. Now, we will now concentrate on the red card itself. Yes, now total, now what is our event? We have considered event A as card drawn is a red card. Now, how many red cards are there in total? 52 cards. There are 26 cards. Out of that, 13 are heart cards and 13 are diamond cards. So let us take total number of our favorable outcomes are NA is equal to 26. Why we are taking 26 as our favorable outcomes? Because we want red cards and there will be 26 red cards. So we are taking our favorable outcomes are 26. Okay, so you will write NA is equal to 26. Okay. Now what we are going to find out, we are finding out the probability of getting red card, right? So simply we are using this formula, P is equal to NA upon NS, right? What is NA? Again, N is equal to 26. What is NS? That is 52. Okay, so 26 ones are 26, 20, 22, 26 twos are 52. So it will come as a 1 upon 2, right? So PA is equal to 1 upon 2. So what you will write at the last? Probability of getting red card is equal to 1 upon 2. Okay. Now let us move to the next condition. What is next condition given over here? Face card means card drawn is a face card. So let us consider B is the event that card drawn is a face cards. Now again students, you are knowing there are total 52 cards. Okay, and in 52 cards there are 4 types of cards. Yes, heart card, diamond card, spade card and club cards, each of 13 cards, right? Now we are talking about face card, right? And in each type, for example, if we are talking about only heart card, there are 3 face cards. Which are the face cards? King, queen and jack. Okay, so again in each type there are three cards. Total 4 types of cards are there. Which are 4 types of cards? Heart, diamond, spade and club. Okay, and in each type there are 3 types: king, queen and jack, right? Total how many types of cards are there? 4. And each type there are 3 face cards. So 4 threes are 12. So total 12 face cards are there, in total 52 cards, right? Understood students? So what you will write? The total face cards is equal to 12. So obviously you will write favorable outcomes will be NB is equal to 12, right? Now again we will use the same formula. PB is equal to NB is equal to NS, and that is equal to 12 upon 52, and that is nothing but 3 upon 13, right? Understood students? Okay. Now let us move to the next slide. A box contains 5 strawberry chocolates, 6 coffee chocolates, and 2 peppermint chocolates. Find the probability of each of the following events. If one of the chocolate is picked from the box at random. First one condition given over here is it is a coffee chocolate. Second condition given over here is it is a peppermint chocolate. Okay, now first of all, concentrate on what is given over here. A box contains 5 strawberry chocolates, 6 coffee chocolates, and 2 peppermint chocolates. So, how many possible outcomes will be there? Yes, in a box, there may be 5 strawberry chocolates, 6 coffee chocolates, and 2 peppermint chocolates. So, our sample space will contain all possible outcomes containing 5 strawberry chocolates, 6 coffee chocolates, and 2 peppermint chocolates. So, let us write sample space. Okay. So, our sample space will be NS is equal to 5 plus 6 plus 2. 5 plus 6 plus 2. And that will be altogether 13, right? So NS is equal to 13. Now let us move to the first condition. What is the first condition? The chocolate picked from the box randomly, and it is of coffee chocolate. Yes. Now we have considered A is the event that chocolate picked from the box randomly is a coffee chocolate. Now you know how many coffee chocolates are there? 6. How many coffee chocolates are there? 6, right? So you will write your favorable outcome as 6 because now you are whichever chocolate you are picking is a coffee chocolate. And how many chocolates, coffee chocolates are there in a box? 6. Yes, our favorable outcomes will be 6, right? So you will write n is equal to 6. Now again, we will write first of all formula. Yes, we are finding out probability of getting coffee chocolate. So obviously, first of all, you will write formula because this formula carries half marks, right? So PA is equal to n is equal to ns. So what is Na? 6. What is Ns? That is 13. So 6 upon 30. Okay. Now let us move to the next condition. What is the next condition? Next condition is a chocolate picked from the box at randomly is a peppermint chocolate. Which chocolate? Peppermint chocolate. Now let us consider B is the event of getting chocolate as a peppermint chocolate. Now you know in a box how many peppermint chocolates are there? 2. So our favorable outcomes will be 2, right? So you will write and B is equal to 2, right? So again, what you are going to write? You are going to write again formula. Which formula? NB, PB is equal to NB upon NS, right? So NB is equal to 2, NS is equal to 13. So PB is equal to 2 upon 13. Yes, students. Here simply, first of all, you have to write sample space from the given data. Then check which are the conditions. Accordingly, you have to write favorable outcomes in the event. Yes. Then you have to use the formula of the probability. Yes. Just substitute the values and find out the solution. Simple it is, right? Let us move to the next condition. Let's remember the probability is expressed as a fraction or a percentage. See, in question number 1A, you have to find out the solution or you have to write the proper option from the given options, right? MCQ type of question is there, question number 1A. In such type of question, there may be possibility of such questions. It may be in the form of filling the blank or it may be in the form of MCQs, right? The probability is expressed as a fraction or a percentage. The probability of any event is from 0 to 1 or from 0% to 100%. The probability of any event is 0 to 1, or we can say that probability of any event is from 0% to the 100%, right? If A is any event, then probability of event A, E is in between 0 to 1, or we can say that probability of event E is between 0% to the 100%, right? Now let us see how to write probability upon probability 1 upon 4. How to write 1 upon 4 is written as 25%. Yes, students, 1 upon 4 is taken as a 25%. Okay, now let us move to this. The lesson began with a discussion of 40 cheats with the names of plants and each of the 40 students picking a cheat. How many cheats are there? 40 cheats are there. Okay, the discussion is going on. Yes, the lesson began with the discussion. Now, how many cheats are there? 40 cheats with the names of plants. And each of the 40 students picking a cheat, right? Only one cheat had the name of basil on it. How many cheats are there? 40 cheats. And only one cheat had the name of the basil. Okay. The probability of any student getting the cheat of the basil is 1 upon 40. Obviously, see how many total outcomes are there? How many cheats are there? 40. So we are going to consider the total outcomes will be 40, right? If we want our favorable outcome as a basil, right? First of all, we'll count how many basil cheats are there. The in total 40 cheats, only one cheat contains basil. So our favorable outcome will be 1. So obviously the probability of any student getting the cheat of basil will be 1 upon 40, right? For a student standing first or last in the row or anywhere in between, the probability is the same only, because total 40 cheats are there, right? And only 40 cheats are there. Why? Because total number of students are also 40, and only one cheat contains Basel, right? So probability is also 1 upon 40 of getting each and every student, whether they are sitting anywhere, whether they are standing first or last in the row or anywhere in between. Yes, students, I think you must have understood this. Let us move to the next slide. Okay, now let us start with the practice set 5.4. I think we have discussed enough about the probability of the event. Now we will now solve more examples based on practice set 5.4. If two coins are tossed, find the probability of getting following events. First one is getting at least one head, and second one is getting no head. Such a particular question was there in board exam for the July 17, and it carries 3 marks. Okay, first of all, we will call given. Okay, what is given over here? Two coins are tossed. When two coins are tossed, what are our favorable outcomes? Not favorable outcomes. What are our all possible outcomes? When you are tossing two coins together, you will get either head head or tail tail, or there will be combination of head or tail. So let us write sample space. S is equal to head head, head tail head, or tail tail, right? And if you count this, these are coming out to be 4. So let us write NS is equal to 4. Now, what is our favorable outcome? Let us move to the first condition, getting at least one head. Now, let us consider A as the event of getting at least one head. Yes. So, what is our favorable outcome? We want at least one head. At least means if you get more than one head, then also it is okay. Now, first of all, move to the sample space. What is our favorable outcome? We want at least one head. Yes, we want at least one head means we don't want tail, right? So we want at least one head means if there are two heads, then also it is okay. Okay. So head will do, head tail head, but this will not do. Okay. So let us write this in terms of the event A. Okay, head tail or head tail. So these are coming out to be 3. So write as Na is equal to 3. So what is your next step? You will write formula Pa is equal to Na upon Ns. Okay, Na is equal to 3 and Ns is equal to 4. Okay, students. So Pa is equal to 3 upon 4. Now let us move to the next slide, or let us move to the next condition. What is the next condition? Getting no head. Now, what our favorable outcome is there? We don't want head. Yes. Okay. If you don't want head, see, this is a favor. This is all possible outcomes. Sample space contains all possible outcomes. We don't want head, right? We don't want head. Don't want head. Means we want only tail. Only tail. So tail. Yes. So you will write here as a favorable outcome as tail only. So this sample points are 1. So you will write NB is equal to 1. So again, you will be using formula PB is equal to NB upon NS. NB is a 1, NS is equal to 4. So PB is equal to 1 upon 4. So at the last, you will write PA is equal to 3 upon 4 and PB is equal to 1 upon 4. So let us move to the next slide. If two dice are rolled simultaneously, Find the probability of following events. Now here we are throwing or rolling two dice simultaneously. Students, note that if you are using only one die, you are going to use word die, D-I-E. But if you are using two or more die, then you are going to use word dice, D-I-C, right? Now, just concentrate on what is given. If two dice are rolled simultaneously, find the probability of the getting following events. First of all, we will write sample space. What we are going to write, what is given, two dice are rolled simultaneously. Suppose if we are throwing a one die, then there will be six outcomes, right? But we are throwing two dice simultaneously, we are rolling two dice simultaneously, so there will be total 36 outcomes. So again, I'm writing directly this. I'm not going to discuss how we should write this sample space. We have discussed enough in earlier lectures. So let us write directly sample space when we are throwing two dice simultaneously. So it contains ns is equal to 36, right? So all possible outcomes altogether are 36. Now let us concentrate on the first condition. What is the first condition? The sum of the digits on the upper faces is at least 10. What we want now, our favorable outcome as on the upper faces, we want sum of the digit as at least 10. At least 10 means if it is more than 10, then also it is okay. We want 10 or more than 10 sum of the digits on the upper face, right? So again, let us move to the sample space itself, because we are going to choose our favorable outcomes from the sample space itself. What we want sum of the digits at least 10, means it should be at least 10 or more than 10, right? So let us see this here. If you concentrate on this line, nothing is there. The sum of the digit is not more than 10. Okay, second line here also not there. Then here if you see, just see third line, 4 plus 5 9. If you don't want this, okay, up to this we don't want anything. 4 plus 6 10, right? We can take this. Here also nothing is there. Okay, now see 5 plus 5 10, 5 plus 6 11. Here also 6, nothing is there. Okay, now see this, 6 plus 4 10, 6 plus 5 11, 6 plus 6 12. So you will write our favorable outcome in terms of the event A, because we have considered as the event of getting some of the digits on the upper faces at least 10. Okay, so how many the sample points are there in event A? 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So write this as n is equal to 6. Understood, students? So Na is equal to, so Pa is equal to Na upon Ns. So it will be 6 upon 36. See, you are using this formula. You can't write this, because this formula carries half marks. So you will write the formula is must. Pa is equal to Na upon Ns. Na is equal to 6. Ns will be 36. So 6 6 are 36. So 1 upon 6. So Pa is equal to 1 upon 6. Okay, now let us move to the next condition. What is the next condition? The sum of the digits on the upper faces is 33. Now students, what they want, what is our favorable outcome now? We want sum of the digits on the upper faces is 36. Now if you concentrate on this sample points or possible outcomes in the sample space, you can see that, see, if you see, nowhere the sum of the digits is 33. If you see the biggest digit, 6 plus 6 12, lowest digits 1 plus 1 2, means the sum of the digits on the upper face is 33 is not possible only. So it is an impossible event. What is our favorable outcome? The sum of the digits on the upper faces is 33. But can you see this favorable outcome here in the sample space? No, you can't see anywhere. So this is an impossible event. Yes, it is an impossible event. So let us move to the next slide. See what we want. We want on the upper faces sum of the digits is 33, but maximum we are getting sum of the digits is 12. Yes, maximum sum of the digits on the upper faces we are getting is 12, not more than 12. So impossible event. It is a simply impossible event. So we will write B is equal to what? Nothing is there. So what we are going to write? Yes, B is an empty set or impossible event, or we can say null set. So number of sample points of the event B are obviously 0. Again, our duty is, again we will write the formula PB is equal to NB upon NS. So NB is equal to 0, NS is equal to 36. So 0 upon 36 will be 0. So PB is equal to 0. Okay, now let us move to the last condition. What is the condition? Last condition given over here. The digit on the first die is greater than the digit on the second die. What we want now? What is our favorable outcome? We want on the first die, digit on the first die is a greater than the digit on the second die. Okay, now let us again move to the sample space and we'll check which are our favorable outcomes. What we want? We want on the first die bigger digit, right? On the second die smaller digit. Okay, now see, look here. We want on the first die bigger digit. So here first die bigger digit is not there. Okay, just see, yes, here bigger digit is there, 2 1. Okay, just I am rubbing this. 2 1 is a 2 is a bigger digit on the first die. Yes, see here digits are equal, so you can't write this. Here you see, here also, here also, here also, here also. Now again see 3 1, the digit on the first die is bigger. Here also digit on the first die is bigger. Here also it is equal. Here smaller, here smaller, here smaller. Similarly, if you see digit on the first die is bigger, digit on the first die is bigger, digit on the first die is bigger, again it is equal. Again it is smaller, smaller. Again see digit on the first die is bigger. Here also, here also, here also. Here it is equal and here it is less. Here see digit on the first die is bigger. Here also, here also, here also, here also. Here it is equal. So the wherever the digit on the first die is bigger, you can count as a favorable outcome. Okay, now let us write this favorable outcomes in terms of the event C. Right, we have considered here C as a favorable outcome. C is the event that digit on the first die is greater than the digit on the second die. Okay, so let us write this all favorable outcomes in terms of the event C. Okay, if you count this, it comes out to be 15. It comes out to be 15. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you will write sample points for the event C are NS is equal to 15, right? So you will write PC is equal to NC upon NS, NC is equal to 15, NS is equal to 36. So it comes out to be 5 upon 12. So at the last, we will write PB is equal to PB is PA is equal to PB is equal to and PC is equal to. Understood, students? Is must. This last line is must because it also carries half marks. Understood, students? Now let us move to the next slide. There are 15 tickets in a box, each bearing one of the numbers from 1 to 15. One ticket is drawn at random from the box. Find the probability of getting that ticket drawn is shows even number. And second condition given over here is shows a number which is a multiple of 5. Such type of questions carries 2 marks in board exam, right? So now let us discuss the solution. How many total cards are there? 15 tickets are there in a box. So total possible outcomes will be, we are going to write in terms of sample space. So sample space contain number of tickets from 1 to 15. So total number of sample points, we are going to write NS is equal to 15. Now let us move to the first condition. What is the first condition? The ticket drawn shows even number. Our favorable outcome we have considered as A be the event that ticket drawn shows an even number. Okay, so now let us again move to the sample space itself. What we want ticket drawn is a even number. Now we will write even numbers from this sample space. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Right? Now write this as a favorable outcomes in terms of the event A. Okay, when you count this, just count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will write sample points of the event A are NS is equal to 7. Again, you have to write formula P is equal to NA upon NS. NA is a 7, NS is equal to 15. So it comes out to be PA is equal to 7 upon 15. Okay, now let us move to the next condition. What is the next condition given over here? The card drawn or ticket drawn shows a number which is multiple of 5. Multiple of 5 means you have to write numbers which are there in the table of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20 like that. But limit is up to the 15 only, right? Okay, in the table of 5 there are numbers 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 like that. Okay, but limit is up to the 15 only. Okay, what we want numbers which are multiple of 5. So let us again move to the sample space and choose our favorable outcomes which are multiple of 5. So 5, 10 and 15. Only 3 numbers are there, right? So let us write this favorable outcomes in terms of the event B. We have considered B is the event that ticket drawn shows a number which is multiple of 5. So B is equal to 5, 10, 15. This comes out to be 3. So number of sample points of the event B are and B is equal to 3. Again, you have to use the formula PA is equal to NB is NB upon NS. So 3 upon 15. So 3 5s are 15. So PB is equal to 1 upon 5. Again, at the last, you will going to write PA is equal to this and PB is equal to this. This line is must because it carries half marks. So students, I think you must have understood this. Let us move to the next slide. A 2-digit number is formed with the digits 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 without repetition. What is the probability that number formed is odd number, or second condition given is multiple of 5? Such type of question carries 3 marks in board exam. Now, such type of question we have already discussed in our earlier lectures, right? Here, which digits are given? 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, and what we have to form? We have to form 2-digit number. And what is the condition given over here? Without repetition means we don't want 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 9, 9. Okay, repetition of the digits is not allowed here. Okay, so first of all, if we take number 2, just concentrate on 2, then form its pair with the 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. Okay, now second number take 3. Okay, 3 take form its pair with the 2, then 5, then 7 and 9. Like this will form. Then take number 3. Okay, then take number 5. Sorry, take number 5 and form its pair with the 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. So these numbers will form. Okay, then take number 7 and form pair with the 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 and form such numbers. Lastly, take number 9. Yes, and again form its pair with the 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, and form these numbers. Understood, students? And again, remember that repetition of the digits not allowed. So you will not form the numbers 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 9, 9. So if you count this number of sample points or all possible outcomes of the sample space, it comes out to be 20. Yes. Now let us move to the first condition. What we want? We want odd number. The number formed is an odd number. So let us consider A be the event that number formed is a odd number. What is formed? Odd number. Now again, we have to choose our favorable outcome from the sample space itself. Yes, what we want? Odd number. So let us check which are the odd numbers. 23, yes, 23, then 25, then 27, 29, then 35, 37, 39, then 53, 57, 59, then 73, then 79, yes, 75, then 79, then 93, then 95 and 97. Yes. So students, so you must be knowing what are the odd numbers. The numbers which are not divisible by 2 are the odd numbers, right? Okay. So you will write these as a favorable outcomes. Yes, in terms of the events, if you count this, it comes out to be 16. Now again, you have to use the formula. PA is equal to Na upon Ns. Substitute the values Na and Ns. The answer will be 4 4s are 16, 4 5 are 20. So PA is equal to Na upon Ns. Okay. Now what is the next condition given over here? Multiple of 5. Now you have to form, or you have to choose numbers from the sample space which are multiple of 5. Multiple of 5 means the numbers which are there in the table of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes. Okay. Now let us see which are the numbers which are multiple of 5. Yes, 25 is there. Yes, here. 25 here. Then 35 is there. Yes. Then next, which number is there? Just see. 75 is there. Then 95 is there. Yes. And one more trick I want to give you while choosing, if you want number multiple of 5, just use test of divisibility of 5. If at the unit place the number 0 or 5 is there, these numbers are multiple of 5. Okay. So let us write this as a favorable outcomes in the event B. We have considered B as a favorite, B as the event that the number formed is a multiple of 5. So this favorable outcomes or sample points for the event B are 4. Okay, again use the formula NB upon NS. NB are 4, NS are 20. So 4 5s are 20. So PB is equal to 1 upon 5. So at the last you will write PA and PB values. Yes, students. So I think you must have understood. Here, what you are going to do, simply you have to write sample space, you have to see the conditions, you have to write your favorable outcomes from the sample space, just use the formula, substitute the values and get the solution. Yes, students. Now let us move to the last example. A card is drawn at random from the pack of well shuffled 52 playing cards. Find the probability that card drawn is an egg or spade card. This particular question also carries 3 marks in the board. Let's concentrate on a card drawn at random from the pack of well shuffled 52 cards. Okay, how many cards are there, students? How many total cards are there? 52 cards. So total possible outcomes are 52. So you will write NS is equal to 52, right? Now let us move to the first condition. What is the first condition given over here? An egg. Yes. See, we want our favorable outcome as an egg. Students, there are total 52 cards, right? And in total 52 cards, there are 4 types of cards. Yes. So there will be 4 types of eggs, right? 4 types of eggs. So our favorable outcome will contain 4 outcomes. So Na is equal to 4. Again, you have to write formula Pa is equal to Na upon Ns. Na are 4 and Ns are 52. So 4 upon 52 will be 1 upon 13. Yes, students. Now let us move to the next condition, a speed. What is the next condition given over here? Our favorable outcome that card drawn is a speed. Now again, students, we know there are 4 types of cards. Okay, and in each 4 type there are 13 cards. 13 hearts card, 13 diamond cards, 13 spade cards, and 13 club cards. Now we are taking our favorable outcomes are spade cards. So there are 13 spade cards. So you are going to write NB is equal to 13. Again, you have to use the same formula. PB is equal to NB upon NS. NB are 13, NS are 52. 13 fours are 52, right? So 13 fours are 52. So you are going to write the values of PA and PB, right? And this last line again is a must. Yes, students, I think you understood everything. We have studied so many examples. Yes, so many examples we have studied. So I think you are cleared with this lesson. Thank you, students.
Yes, thank you so much, Rohini ma'am. Very nice explanation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice PPT.